Friday morning, and I had on my list to go on a run this week, and I've been sick all week, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, but we're still gonna get a little run in, and hopefully it loosens up some of this crud, so let's go.
So whenever I can, I wake up pretty early to get a start on the things that matter most before the day starts, like hydration and health, connection and peace through exercise, supplements, meditation, prayer, journaling, making sure that my day is aligned with what's most important. All right, day in the life of Daniel. It's Friday, and I don't have a voice, so good luck listening to Mr. Frog today, but we're going on site and run some meetings, so stay tuned. And change your habits and patterns to align with your new values. So that's my feedback there. And then as far as underestimating, realize the skills gap you guys had, and so that's where it's been unpacked and unraveled the last several months, is just realizing like, oh. Okay, so we do coaching and we have businesses, right? And so whenever possible, I try and project stack. Now, what is project stack? People talk about multitasking. Multitasking, when you're trying to bounce between different tasks, is actually incredibly inefficient because you're switching your focus back and forth, and so you're never actually truly locked in. Project stacking is when you accomplish multiple tasks with the same amount of effort. And so I'll often talk while I'm driving because it does not take away from anything I'm doing. This takes no more effort for me, but I get two outcomes. I get to my destination and I get to help people or schedule things or whatever the conversation happens. So I talk a lot while I'm driving. Even if it's over Marco, a lot of communication we do is over Marco. So project stack, don't multitask. All right, we're here. Electricians are pulling up, so let's get to it and see what's going on for the day. Every now and again, gotta prove I still got it. Let's go. All right, so what we're doing, we're removing this old cabinet in here so we have space to put in our smart system. So what we're doing here overall, we've got the new Anker Solex E10 backup power system. What is super cool about this system is it's very modular. You can stack batteries, you can create a very high capacity. It's auto transfer switch. So what does that mean? For the homeowner here, what it means is when the power goes off, she's not even gonna know it. Everything's still gonna operate and it's just gonna automatically transfer over to running off of her batteries. No noise. She did not want a generator. That was a big important thing to her, to not have noise. And she can expand it later if she wants to be able to last longer. She can back up solar, have solar input, and they even make a generator, a DC generator, which is super cool, and that's auto connected, so it'll auto kick on just to charge up the batteries if need be. So super cool system. It just came out and we're excited to be one of the first to put it in and see how it works. These weigh nothing. All right, because now, unlike electricians, we're actually gonna clean up. So this is the kitchen of this house we're installing this power backup system at, that we remodeled maybe 4 years ago. It was a low budget project, but still custom, and had some kind of cool fun features just to meet this client's needs. And then we'll show you the bathroom here in a second as well, that we remodeled roughly 3 years ago. All right, so we have a very small bathroom remodel we did a few years ago, and we had some logistical things we had to solve. So first I'll walk you through. You can see we have return air here, and we made this door bigger, but we had to take out a wall that was here enclosing this return air system. I'll show you that in a second, but you can see here we have a zero clearance. We just had to tip this last row tile down because we had to raise this floor up to get the zero clearance shower that we wanted. So we wanted zero clearance in the shower, wanted zero clearance going to the hallway, and the way we had to do that was to tip this tile down. Now here, check this out. So this custom cabinet here, that is the return air filter system in there. It's not super pretty, but it works. And that's how we were able to get rid of the wall that was here, widen this door, and then get in the custom cabinet linen closet here that the client wanted. So then we'd never done this before. This stone single monolithic shower pan. I don't love it, I don't hate it. We haven't done it since, and we probably won't, but we tried it out on this system, and overall it worked. And then the one issue we had to add in this glass panel because it was getting some water back here and it was starting to damage the sheetrock, and so we added in this glass panel. Because of the way this is set up, you can see how the shower is wider here than it is here. This wall is shorter. We had to do that to give enough clearance here, and so hence this custom curved shower rod, right? So we couldn't do a traditional glass system here because there just wasn't enough space. And so having this little glass panel to block the water that's beating up against that, and then the curtain go the rest of the way, was kind of a hybrid solution to make this bathroom as beautiful and functional as possible, and ultimately get all the zero clearance stuff that we wanted. So here we go. Take two. Yeah. All right, so what we ran into is there's not enough space in the corner for the power system because the transfer switch needs to be close enough to the breaker box to be able to pull the supply wires from the meter box. And so there's only one spot that can go, and which then eliminates all the spots for the batteries. Because we have a 3 battery stack, it's just too tall. And so we're trying to raise these cabinets up a couple inches so that we can fit all 3 batteries plus inverter on top, and then he can put the auto transfer switch wherever he needs to. So we're gonna raise this up for him real quick before we leave, and then Johnny's gonna figure it out from there.
I think we can see if it's tone up or one in there.
I don't want to go any higher than this because of her being able to access it.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not him.
Think that'll work for you?
I think it works.
Cool. All right.
Do they need a match, or just could do that one?
We can adjust the other one later if she wants it. I'm the kind of guy who my tool belt weighs 50 pounds because if I throw on a tool belt, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. So I got everything in this thing. It's you can lift weights with this puppy. All right. Stop 1 was a success. We got Johnny, electrician, going on that backup power system, the Anchor E10. New to the market, so it'll be fun. And I think the client's really gonna love it. So we are now back to the shop. We're gonna swap rigs and we're gonna head to some more meetings. All right, we are back at the shop, doing a quick transition, filling up my water bottles because I gotta stay hydrated, trying to get well. And I see my wife, amazing wife, she got me this onion syrup down here for me to take, and took several cloves of garlic. So good thing no one is driving with me because my breath is gonna stink, but we're fighting this sickness. On to the next. All right, so what we got here is the soffit is blowing in the wind, which means there's nothing holding it down. And so up in the attic, we can't see anything. It's too tight down at the eave. So we're gonna pull out some soffit and see why it's only happening here. I don't even see any J channel, F channel. My guess is the J channel is back there behind the brick, but we'll probably have to put some F channel in to hold it down. But we're gonna pull it out and see what's going on. We don't wanna make a suggestion that's not accurate. So we're gonna get to the bottom of it. And the bottom of it is there's absolutely nothing up here. So there's nothing holding it down at all. And there's no way to access it. Oh, well, looky there. Here's your F channel. We're talking about that's probably you need. It's here. It's sitting right here. See that F channel? It's supposed to be attached to your house, and your soffit's supposed to slide into that. Oh man, it's always something. That's hysterical. Okay, we're gonna see if that's happening elsewhere too. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my ladder, I'm gonna check the rest of the house, make sure it's all good before we give them an estimate and have somebody scheduled to come out and fix it, so we know that we're completely taking care of the problem. We don't wanna half-ass anything. We're not here just to collect a check, we're here to serve our clients. And so we're always checking, making sure what the actual problem is so we can make a best solution we can and present it to them. So I'm gonna go around the house, I'm gonna check everything. What the? Check this out. I wonder if they had the same problem over here. As you can see, instead of taking everything down and fixing it right with the F channel, they have caulking along here. The only reason that makes sense to have that caulking is to glue it down. So I wonder if they had this issue and someone just took the shortcut and glued it down. I don't know. I mean, I guess that is one way to do it. I'm not in love with that idea. All right, so this client is one of our few clients that just found us online and messaged us through a form. 98% of our work is all referral, word of mouth. We've never leaned into marketing, ads, online at all, ever. It's always been referral. And they found us online and we've done several projects for them now and here we are. So we, doesn't matter how they come through, and we want to take care of them. And so I like showing up personally for past clients when I can. It's fun for me. So here we are looking at stuff for them and making sure they're taken care of. It's one of my favorite things to do. And if you haven't seen these telescoping ladders and you want to know why I'm doing it this way, I'll give you a quick rundown. But these are super cool because they go down really short, so you can throw them around, have them in the back of a car, or, in my case, just put them back of the SUV. We even keep them in the trailer. And this goes up to 15 feet long. It's pretty light. This one's the heavy duty one. And the reason why we have it where we're leaving it thick at the top is for a couple reasons. The main reason though is because the way this ladder is set up, you have these two buttons down here. So when you're done with it and you release this, it comes down and it'll auto trigger every step. And so it just brings itself down. So you can't have a chunk down here of rungs or it will just auto keep dropping down. You have to have the chunk up at the top. But boom, wrap it up. You're good to go. It's perfect for these little assessment jobs where you don't want to bring the trailer and you just throw it in the back of the car and make it over there. All right, so we've done everything we need to do here. And if we're lucky, he might show us the inside of his shop there. I know he's got a bunch of cool stuff in there. I've just caught wind of it, but he hasn't showed me yet, so. Cool, well, I'll put something together and I would rather pull it all off. It's a small project, okay. Then you don't have to worry about it. If you're cool with that, yep, if you want us to just glue it down because you're gonna be tearing it out soon anyway, I'm not opposed to that. I just don't love it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. And if you're trying to do something just super fast and cheap because it's gonna come out, then that would be a solution.
Okay. What's the duration on caulking if you do it? I mean, that looks like it's been there for a while.
Yeah, it should more or less last indefinitely. It just doesn't look good.
Right.
But I'm picky, so.
No, I get it. Okay. Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to send it both ways and so you can decide like what you prefer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think, we'll see.
You want to switch your shot before we leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I'd like it not to be PVC.
Sure.
Half court basketball.
Dude.
Probably turf behind that, and then run a batting cage. Distraction. So, and then kind of like boys area, whatever here.
This is super cool. You got a bathroom in there? Is it?
Bathroom in there. Yeah.
Wow.
Shower. So.
And mini split.
5
multiple. Wow.
So, yeah, it's a good setup. I mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
This is the man's dream.
Eventually. So the only thing we found so far that it doesn't accommodate is if you want to shoot like true corner threes.
Yeah, because it hits the. Yeah.
But other than that, if you shoot it a little flat, you're fine. So away just yet?
No, this is super cool. Love it.
Thanks.
Yeah, you've got like I said before, this is a great location. In fact, you have some acreage here and this, man.
Close proximity, right? I mean, that was the other piece. I mean, you get space and privacy without compromise on the proximity.
That's fun. Sweet. Thanks, John. All right, we did get the tour of his cool shop. 140 by 150. It's the dream, man. He's got boys, and so I got all kinds of sports stuff set up in there. Super cool. So, all right, we're gonna head on to the next one and swap out a little controller. See you there. All right. This is a project that we did a whole house remodel on last year, and we'll show you a couple cool things about it, but I'm just here to swap out one of the under cabinet light controllers. But you can see, like, even this whole paved driveway we put in, and this wasn't here before. So super awesome clients, one of our favorite people in the world, and so we're gonna go get this taken care of and show you around. Come on. This is fun. So they're gone on vacation. Boom. So here's the kitchen. We put in completely custom kitchen. Obviously everything's different, but there's lots of fun features like the under cabinet, under shelf walnut lighting with the floating shelves. And then this, right now the issue we have is the under cabinet lighting over there right now is on the same controller as that lighting. So if you switch this off, it kicks that off too. So we're gonna, because the one for that one was bad. But one thing that's super cool that we do is we make the lighting dimmable from here. So typically with under cabinet lighting, you're having to use a special remote or something to dim it. But what we do, we put a dimmable controller in, and that is an outlet remote. So this actually switch here switches a remote outlet in the mechanical room that controls the under shelf and under cabinet lighting, so that they get a regular looking switch here. They don't have to find some weird remote somewhere, and they can dim it, which is super cool. So let's go take care of it. All right, we are wrapping up here and shutting off all the lights. Did what we could. Actually, we couldn't solve the problem. There was something else that was an issue other than just the controller. So we're gonna get it figured out. We're gonna replace the switch, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna take care of. They're on vacation, so hopefully I don't mind too much. But it's lunchtime. Check out what my wife got me. She got me this heated lunchbox, because what I was running into is I'd eat cold lunches because I was never at a place where I could heat it up. Even had silverware on top. Just plug it into the car, and my wife is unbelievable. She makes me homemade food, and that's delicious, and now it's even warm. So we're going to get this eaten. But that is kind of the summation of the morning. It's just after noon, and I've got to head back to the shop. I've got a little bit of time. I'm probably going to squeak in some disc golf. And then I've got 3 meetings back at the shop. I got 2 Zoom meetings, and I've got an in-person. Probably won't capture any of that, but one thing I wanted to mention, you remember the job this morning, we're doing a power backup system. That was the second one we've done this week, and it's like, why are we doing power backup systems? The reality is, most contractors, say you go to an electrician or solar place, they have their product that they sell, and they're just gonna push that. We don't have a particular brand or product, and so we can adapt it based on the client's needs. Like, we are here to serve the clients. So the reason why I was willing to take care of that client is because I thought we could find the best solution for them, and I think we did. Whereas other people have their brand they stick with, that's the only thing they sell. It's like, what if that's not what the client needs? And so we're super passionate about taking care of our clients, and that was the case too, where we didn't want them to go the wrong direction and get a system that had, you know, a lot of zeros attached to it and looked cool, but it didn't actually meet the client's needs. So we spent a lot of time asking questions, figuring out what exactly does the client want and need, and what's going to provide them the most value. Like we do with all of our projects, we're here to serve the clients. So that's kind of a wrap on the morning, and might get some more clips from the rest of the day. We'll see, but thanks for following along.
Is that any better?
I heard that. You're still a little delayed, but we can roll with it.
She redesigned her bedroom when she moved up here 6 times.
Yeah.
And after I saw it, I'm like...
And that's a wrap. Just finished my last Zoom call for the day. So thanks so much for being here and following along a day in the life of Daniel. Please click subscribe, follow along, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.